schedule it out for like a month. I'll work on that later so that maybe people can actually come.
All right. Hi, guys. This is Amber Craft, and joining me today is Diana Gunn and Jasmine. We are talking Journey to Publication. This is episode 4, Scheduling Your Writing. So, like I said, Amber Craft, I do, the toolbox doesn't want to work. I do, what do I do? I do paranormal romance. Sorry, guys. I'm still sick. I can't think straight. Yeah, one published on Amazon, links down below, and the rest I'm working on and shopping and all that good stuff. Diana.
I write fantasy of all kinds, and I actually YouTube mostly about the mental health side of writing, and there is a link to my channel below as well. And right now I'm actually raising money for my second book on Kickstarter, and I'm 90% funded, which is really, really awesome. So yeah, I'm having a great week already. Ha.
And Jazz.
My name is Jasmine. I write anything horror, anything death. And I am currently not published because, you know, Amazon hates me.
Oh, it's not you specifically. It's everyone. Your age.
Still.
She's just like, I need a crooks. It's me.
I will take it personal because, I don't know. I don't know.
All right. So, like I said, tonight we were talking scheduling your writing and everything, being productive. Just kind of all in that. So, I guess I'll start out with question number 1. When do you normally write? What do you find to be your most productive time?
For me, it's normally around 10 a.m. till the sun comes up. I work best when pretty much everybody else in the house is asleep because it's quieter.
So you mean 10 p.m. then?
Yeah, not a lot.
You said 10 a.m. I'm like, wait, what?
Sun's usually up by 10 a.m.
1 p.m., 10 a.m., something. One of the 10s. Just whenever anybody sleeps so that it's quiet in the house and there's not a lot of distractions. That's when I tend to write best. I cannot write, after the sun comes up, my productivity stops.
Well, you have to admit, you have how many kids running around your house anytime?
Oh my gosh, 1 million.
Yeah, that does make things more complicated.
Yeah.
I just have cats running around so I can be productive pretty much any time of day. And that is a very deliberate choice because I do work from home, so it's just a lot easier with just cats.
You're the lucky one.
Probably the most productive time for me for actual creative work is like late afternoon, early evening, and I think that's because I'm still pretty young, so I still have like this trained attitude in my head of like that's like when I would get home from school and like start my creative work, and that's just sort of how my brain has stayed.
See, I'm kind of cross between both of you because I have a kid who y'all see pop in all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got cats. I've got 1 cat now because he came back. But
yay!
I'm so happy he came back, but he's currently hiding because my daughter just scared the crap out of him before she left. He's still not okay with noises. But I have a day job, so I get up at 5 a.m. and I get off work at 3. And I usually find my most productive writing is the 2 hours she's at gym or on nights she doesn't have gym after she goes to bed. So anywhere from like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, usually from like after 9 p.m. to whenever. And then 7 to 9 on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. But that hasn't been working out well.
Do you have a more productive day? That's the most productive?
That tends to... I used to go to her gymnastics and just sit there on a table and write and put headphones on. And that way there was no distractions at home. There was none of this crap going on at the time. So I couldn't clean house. I couldn't get distracted. I didn't have a computer. I had nothing. So I found I would write in the 2.5 hours she had gym, I would write a good 3,000 words.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and now it takes me putting headphones in and acting like there's nothing around, and even then it's still hard. So not as productive, but better than it was. So I know I've seen Diane, you do some, but I don't do word sprints. Does anybody else?
Mine, I normally only do them during NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo because that's normally when people have write-ins and stuff. People normally don't have them throughout the whole year. So I do them when people have them. I can't do word sprints alone because I'll cheat.
Yeah.
How do you cheat on word sprints? That's new.
So you set yourself for like 5 minutes or something, and within that 5 minutes, I'll just scroll through Pinterest or watch a 5-minute YouTube video and just be like, well, I thought about my writing. Does that count?
That's
failing.
Procrastinating. Yeah. I was thinking, cheating is when you like completely ignore the timer, which is what I tend to do.
Yeah.
I sometimes even have trouble remembering to pay attention to the timer when I am doing a word sprint in a group. So it doesn't really work for me on my own, but I do enjoy it. Again, yeah, during NaNoWriMo. I started writing during NaNoWriMo, and so like that is very core to my writing practice. And I don't do NaNoWriMo anymore every year because I have such a backlog of books that I have to edit.
Yeah.
But it's still like part of who I am, and I'm still part of the community here because I have a really great local Nano community.
See, I wish we had more of one. Like I almost went to one last year, and I forget what happened, but something huge happened. And I was like, well, there goes that. And I'm like, I'm not going to join in the middle of the freaking month. No.
Yeah, around where I live, we have a terrible NaNoWriMo community. Like, what are they called? Oh, no. What was it? RNs or something? No, it was MLs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, they didn't set anything up for Delaware at all. Our public library did, but literally nobody went.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
We have a really active community here, but I mean, it's Canada, right? So like, it's cold here, and yeah, what else are we gonna do?
Freeze.
Hey, Canada's a pretty country. Go horse riding.
That's not exactly accessible in downtown Toronto.
Ah, man. That's what I love about when I lived in Texas. They're like, can't you just ride a horse down the middle of Main Street? No, you can't. No. Because I don't know. Even in America, people are like, you can ride a horse in Texas, right? Yeah, but there's still laws.
Yeah.
How that works. No, I think I've only done like one word sprint, and that was during Nano just to like see if I could do it. But I handwrite, so by the time everybody's like, "How many did you write?" I'm like, "I don't know, I'm still typing." I'm like counting all the words. So, and then like T does, I guess you could call them write-ins. She used to do them every Thursday. I think her schedule kind of changed. But I would join her on Thursdays when my daughter was at gymnastics, and that helped me keep the distractions away, and I focused a lot more.
See, with write-ins, oh my gosh, I get so mad when the timer stops and I'm in the middle of a sentence.
Right? It's so frustrating.
It really is, because I'm like, I feel like I have to finish the sentence.
Yeah,
but then I also feel like I'm cheating.
Yeah, that's why I only do them when I'm actively feeling stuck. If I'm in the flow, I'm like, I don't want to do that because the timer will go off when I'm in the middle of a sentence, and then I'll just get really angry, and it won't be good for anyone.
I think the best thing ever was when Samara forgot the timer, like she didn't set it or something, it didn't go off, and I was like 20 minutes of writing, and I was like, oh, this is so great! And no one told her that the timer didn't go off. It was like 10 minutes later. She goes, oh crap!
Everybody was probably happy about it, honestly.
Probably.
Yeah, I got a whole extra like 500 words in it. It was awesome.
Exactly. 500 more words than you
A lot of words.
would have had if the timer went off at the right time.
Yeah, well, and I think at the time I was like stuck too, so I was like, it just started flowing. I was like, the timer's not going off. She's not saying nothing. I'm writing. Screwed. I'm good. Probably a bad thing. We probably should have told her, but
You were busy writing.
When it comes to writing, what is your biggest setback?
Words. Like, they'll be perfectly fine in my brain, and I'll just be zoned off staring at a wall or something and typing. Because if I look at my keyboard while I'm typing, I mess up. So I like stare at a wall or something. So, oh my gosh, they're perfect in my head, and they come out, and I'm like, what was I trying to say here? Like, I'm like, Jasmine, come on now. Like, you know what words are. Now, what is this? Because this is not a word at all.
Yeah. Dad is like, yeah, no, I don't do that at all.
I watch my screen. I can't look at my keyboard either. If I look at my keyboard, I start messing up. And I hate typing on other people's computers because I'm just so used to my keyboard. Like, I work at my computer all day. And the second I switch to somebody else's keyboard, I'm just like, my hands are all wrong and the words, they just come out as gibberish, and I hate it.
Yeah, I just got a new laptop, so I have that issue a lot because this keyboard is smaller because it's more compact. And
I have a big,
really annoying
big laptop. It's a gaming computer. It's my beast. I love it. It's my baby.
That's what I want to get this year. See, and I have the same problem because, like I said, I do type everything, but if I do write everything, but when I'm typing it up, I can't do either one. I can't look at the screen and I can't look at the keyboard. I have to stay on my page because I will get the most irate. Those words.
See? Words. I told
you. Those things. I'll just, get a thought and I'll just start typing it, and if I stop and look at the keyboard or look at what I'm typing, I will totally forget what the hell I was coming up with. And most of the time it sounds better when I do.
At the screen while I'm typing?
No, I can't.
If I look at the screen while I'm typing, I tend to read what I'm typing and want to edit it. So that's why I stare off at a wall, because I cannot edit and write at the same time.
See, that's what I love about handwriting is I edit as I'm typing, which most of the time is a good thing. Sometimes those thoughts just don't make sense, or I'll say something I was already gonna say like 3 chapters later. But for the most part, I just stare at my page and don't.
Yeah, I do all of my outlining by hand and most of my world building, especially early on, for the same reason, because then, like, as I'm typing it up, it's just sort of natural to expand it. But I couldn't handwrite a whole novel. I'm one of those people that, like, writes really violently, and you can, like, see my writing on the other side of the page, and so I get really crazy hand cramps by the end of, like, a page and a half. I just can't.
If I were to write out a whole novel, I feel like I would quit 2 pages in.
I'm going to
if
show
I
you.
was trying to handwrite it.
I am fierce and determined. I would get through at least 5.
I'm probably half of a 120-page college ruled written. That's all handwrite. And it's funny because I have 3 favorite pens. Me and Jazz have talked about this before. And you can tell, like, one's a fine point, one's like a gel. And so I'll fine point when I'm writing one day and I'll gel the next. And I had a best friend when I was younger that was blind. And so she read Braille. And so I actually find that I like writing with the fine pen so I can feel it on both pages by the time I write both sides. and it kind of reminds me of reading Braille with my friend.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So I don't know, and then I just have a little clip to know where I'm at, and helps me know how many pages I still have to type up and edit, and but I keep track. And then
I feel like I could try handwriting, but it would have to be a short story. It could not be a full-length novel.
Yeah, and I've handwritten chunks of novels before during NaNoWriMo. Like, my first couple years, I didn't have my own laptop. But yeah, anything more than a few pages, I'm out.
Yeah.
I admire the patience and the strength of hands.
My fingers would feel like they're falling off. Like, my hands would be cramped up in the writing position for like a week.
Yup.
Dude, I don't do it because I want to, y'all. It is straight out of necessity. Like I said, my daughter does gymnastics. I have 2 full-time jobs.
2 full-time jobs.
Yeah. Like, I write during breaks and in between jobs and waiting to pick her up from school or gym or...
See, a lot of people that do that, I've seen a lot of people that just type on their phone, but I couldn't do it.
No, it
Or
takes
dictate.
too long. No.
But I couldn't type on my phone either. That would drive me nuts. Those screens are way too small.
They are. It would have to be like a jumbo iPad or something. It could not be a phone.
Well, see, yeah, and I even bought a keyboard for my tablet. My tablet's like a 8x6 or so. And so just trying to type on that little bitty ass keyboard was not happening. And even if it was going to happen, like the lag time in the Bluetooth was so bad, it was like 4 lines behind what I was typing. And then I'd be like, where was I at?
That would mess me up terribly.
Yeah, no, that was like the worst. Unless you get a big tablet, like that was the worst investment ever. I don't suggest it unless you got little bitty hands.
Little bitty baby hands.
Tell my daughter if she ever wanted to learn to write on it, she could. She's got small enough hands.
Now.
Well, she could.
My nephew wants me to teach him how to write.
Do you find that you stick to the schedule when you make it, or do you fall behind or get easily distracted?
Not at all. I make it.
Way.
I take like 20 minutes and plan it out and just plan it out perfectly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this will work amazing. 5 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, no, this is not happening.
Because kids come running in your room, right?
Yeah, or knocking on my door, Auntie, I want some noodles. I could have swore you had hands.
My mom's boyfriend always used to say, you're big enough and ugly enough to make it yourself.
Oh, wow.
I've heard the big enough, but yeah, I could have done without the ugly enough.
I know, right?
Well, apparently that's what his mom said to him, so it was like a tradition.
See, he's a boy. Boys are always ugly, even in spirit.
My nephew, like, in certain situations, he'll be like, I'm a man, I got this. So when he asked me to make him a bowl of noodles or something, I'll be like, oh yeah, remember you're a man, you got this.
Yeah, bro, you got this.
You're the man. Go get it.
I thought you were a man. Like 5 sentences ago, you were a man, but now you can't make your own noodles?
That's when they start whining.
Yes.
But.
And stomping off and screaming. My niece kicked and screamed for 10 minutes this morning because I woke her up to go to school.
Wow. Cats are great, guys. I love my cats.
Oh, my cat likes to wake me up straight up 6 o'clock in the morning, so I don't get to sleep in. He's just like right here. He's like, meow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, when we move, we're getting a cat and a little teeny dog that's like the size of a cat, but it's so cute.
I don't like little dogs. Not a fan. I like my dogs big, which is why I don't have one, because I can't have a dog as big as I would want in an apartment as small as I live in.
My sister wants a Newfoundland, which is like a big ass bear dog.
Oh, wow.
They're great. They're so fluffy.
Probably are, but for an apartment, no.
Not great.
No.
My mom wants a Rottweiler.
Well, that's exciting. They are actually secretly the nicest dogs.
Secretly.
I think any dog is however you treat it, however you raise
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are some that are more likely to have temper problems because, like, the amount that they're inbred. Like, that's why German Shepherds have, like, a reputation for having a bad temper. It's because they're so, like, badly inbred.
I don't know. I want a Great Dane. You want a big dog? Give me a Great Dane.
I see how I joined this live stream and we have completely derailed from books, even.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
But pets, they're cute.
Well, we were talking about getting distracted, so.
Yeah, this counts. It's a distraction. See, they're even distracting us now. We're on topic. You just gotta put
Yep.
your mind to it. You just gotta think a little bit and realize that we're on topic.
Well, okay, so Jazz talked about her schedule and how she very easily gets distracted. You do full-time freelance writing plus writing creatively, so how does that...
Well, basically, I make my own hours, and to some extent, normally I just work on whatever I feel like working on the most whenever I feel like working on it, and usually that's okay. Sometimes I have times like right now when I have way too much freelance work, and I have sort of overbooked myself. So for the next couple weeks, I'm just gonna be working like crazy hours all the time, and like fitting my book writing into like the margins. But the thing is, I've known that I wanted to be a writer since I was like 8, and I never let anyone convince me that I wanted to be anything else, and I never like strayed from that path. So most people build writing around their lives. I've built my life around writing.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing I want to try to do. I just kind of have dipped my toes into the freelance writing. Excuse me. But like I'm renovating right now so that I can sell this trailer and move into something else, and so I've got to fix that in with my daughter's stuff, and so like I've had to come up with an entirely new schedule, but I'm hoping that once all this is done, hopefully by June, that's the goal, then I can go more into the freelance and maybe one day get rid of the other, at least one of the full-time jobs, and do...
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just substitute my writing from one job and freelance write, then, you know, kind of build from there, build with my name, and then I think I'd have a better schedule. But for now, it's unfortunately putting the writing around everything. But I really wish I could get back to my other schedule. But unfortunately, these are distractions that can't be helped right now.
Yeah.
But usually I'm pretty good at not getting distracted. Like I'll turn my computer off since I write. I'll just shut it and have no problems. But every now and then, of course, the kid has to be a distraction because she needs things.
Yes. Totally.
Even the cats can be distracting.
They
Sorry.
can.
Yes. Yes, they can. Mine was missing for a week, so it was the kid and the cat became distracting.
Oh, wow.
I think I'd have a heart attack. My cat.
Yeah. My kid was... I didn't know that kids could get depression until that happened. Like, yeah, she didn't want to go to gym. She didn't want to go play. It was still getting dark early, so we would come home straight away, try to find him. Pretty sure it was cold, so he was hiding underneath the house or in the shed. And then he literally just lunged out to protect her one night. And so we're like, my neighbor grabbed him and let him claw him to death to get him in the house. So at least that's one distraction down. If I could just get well, that would be another one down. But I don't know. I had another question. Where'd it go?
I wish I could fit more writing into my schedule. I wake up, do schoolwork, and then I help my nieces and nephews with their homework. And by that time, they want something or want to spend time with me. And they want all the attention, so it's not like I can write while sitting there with them. Because knowing my niece, she will sit there and delete all my words because that's just how she is.
That's terrible.
Yeah, she is kind of spoiled her a little too much when she was younger. So
there's no bribing her to just sit there and be
not
good?
at all. If she does not have 150% of your attention,
That's crazy. Because I bet there's no reading her the story since you're all about gore and death.
she honestly would rather watch Boss Babies or Frozen a million times before she goes to bed, or watch crazy Barbie YouTube videos.
Gross.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, and she can't read, but it's so cute because she'll sit there and try to read you a story just by the pictures. So most of the time, she'll read me a story ish.
That's fantastic.
Yes, rather than me read her story, and like she'll read it to me with her way of doing it, and then I'll read it to her correctly. She has an amazing memory, so most of the time she remembers and will go back and say she's reading it, but really she's just memorizing it.
But that's a good way to like encourage reading and writing. Because I mean, I know before the stream we were talking about not enough people actually read nowadays, and a lot of people that say they want to write don't read very much. So, keep encouraging it.
Yeah, I do. Like, if I sit there and I'm reading, she'll pick up a book, sit next to me, and read the pictures.
That's
And
awesome.
if I'm writing and she's in the right mood and doesn't feel like deleting my words or something crazy, or shutting my laptop without me saving it, that has happened. She'll grab her little play computer and tell me she's working in my office, and I have to tell her if I need anything.
That's great.
That's cool. She's a
I
little
said sometimes
entrepreneur in the
good.
making.
And she's amazing with coming up with names. Like,
Ooh,
Nana,
that's
I
really
need a
handy.
name. Give me one.
See, my daughter does that. She's helped me come up with my little character chart that's back there, and she's got names and descriptions of people, and they help.
When they're not distracting, they help.
Is there anything you could do, you think, to help you with your schedule and help you stick to it better?
Probably not staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's helpful. I could do with some of that too.
I think that would help majorly because, like, most of the time I try to do stuff that I can't do while the kids are up. So, like, cleaning up their mess or something or whatever I have to do. Packing.
Yeah.
From the time they go to sleep till the time I'm tired to the point I'm practically falling asleep standing up packing. So,
I know that one all
packing
too
kind of
well.
took up my writing time.
Yeah.
But hopefully when I move, I'll be able to get a set schedule because I won't have the kids in the house anymore. So, but I'll have a cat and a dog, so maybe I'll have some slight distractions, but not as bad. But hopefully I'll get a better
help
schedule.
you with your schedule. Like my cats make sure that I get out of bed every morning because I have to feed them. If I'm not out of bed by like 9:30, they're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
That is true, and like with dogs, like they will just pee on your face or something if you don't take them out.
Oh god. Yeah, exactly. So pets can actually help you have a schedule.
Yeah.
Train
I feel like
them.
I will because I'll have to wake up, feed them at a certain time, take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always like dog parks and stuff where you can ride at. Like, I know now that it's spring, I used to have a schedule where I would go to the park with a friend and she would write in her journal and I would just write. And I don't know if I'm going to do that this year because she's passed away, but I think I probably will just so I feel closer to her. And then my daughter won't be there, won't be in school during the summer. So I think we're going to try to do that.
You can get her writing. She can write a little short story or something.
Oh, girl, she's got so many that just I need to replace the name Barbie with something else, and it would work great. What about you?
You could coach her on her writing this summer.
Sure. What about you, Diana?
I don't know.
I know you said you're crazy busy right now, but what about when?
Yeah, I mean, in general, I don't accept that much work, and I don't let myself get into this position. It's mostly because my cat had emergency surgery last month, and before that, we just had a string of unfortunate financial events.
Been
So
there.
once I'm through this month in which I have way too much work, things will settle down back to normal, and I'll have an appropriate amount of work, and I'll be able to properly schedule my writing time again.
Hopefully, all of our schedules get better because
Hopefully.
writing needs to happen. Words
Right.
need to be written.
Oh, and there's that whole law of attraction thing, so I'm just going to put it out there that it would also be really useful for me to keep a schedule. If I just won the lottery, I didn't have to work at all anymore, that'd be nice. If I could just be writing books. Universe, I hope you're listening.
That would be nice. Yeah, we'll throw that out there for all writers.
How?
Just help us out. Well, we kind of already answered. I guess I kind of have a thing about distractions. This thing, because my last one was, what's your biggest distraction or problem when it comes to finding time to write? And I think we already kind of answered that.
Sort of.
I don't know.
Jobs
Do you want to answer it? Yeah, jobs, kids, and animals.
Yeah.
And renovations.
Yeah. And reading sometimes, because sometimes I'll be so into a book, I'm like, no, I need to read one more chapter. And then that one chapter turns into 5 books later, and then...
That's true, but sometimes I have the opposite problem. I like start reading a chapter and I realize that suddenly I have an idea and then I end up just writing for days instead.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. I'll stay up for 48 hours and read and then sleep for 58.
Well,
if
that's
only.
less sleep.
It seems like that. It's probably really not. But because I've been sleeping forever, it feels like I've been sleeping forever.
I'm not going to lie. Yesterday, I slept till, I went to bed at like 10 o'clock Saturday night. I slept till 11 because of the time change screwed me up. And then I did the live stream with Sarah, interviewing her, and then went and celebrated my daughter's birthday with her because it was on Tuesday. And then I was back in bed by 5 o'clock, and I did not wake up till this morning. So I probably slept a good 16 hours.
You must have needed it, honestly.
Yeah, my ears aren't popping. They don't sound like pop rocks anymore, so I must have.
Well, that's good.
Sure.
No more pop rocks in the ears.
I know. See, I actually have an earbud in the bad ear, so it's not bad anymore.
I know, I noticed that earlier. I was like, huh.
I can hear again.
That's nice. I like being able to hear.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't. I'm not even going to lie. These kids. Sometimes.
Oh, you live with a lot of kids.
I just turn my speaker up all the way, and then I still hear them, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's okay. Eventually, you won't be able to hear listening to your music that loud.
Yeah, you only have like, what, 10 more days? You'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's, I mean, all the distractions I've got going on right now, and I know the end game and like the place I want to get, I'm going to have either my own office or I'm going to turn the dining room into my office. So, like, I've got an end picture and I just got to get there. Like, we were talking on Friday about the perfect writing space, and I'm like, I've already got it planned. I just have to make it. And then with that, hopefully, will come the schedule.
Here's hoping.
Yeah. If not, I'll just have to make the schedule.
See, my issue, oh my gosh. So, I was talking to my nephew last night. I try to talk to him on his own, one-on-one, if possible, for at least like an hour or so, once a week. So, we did that last night. And he told me that he wants to come see me every single day.
Oh yeah, he's just having you around.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, what, are you going to walk or something? Like, and And he was like, yeah, if I have to. And I was like, your
Oh,
legs
wow.
are going to fall off before you're able to get there. And he was like, I don't care. At least I'll be able to see you. And I was like, oh gosh. I was like, I just don't get a break, do I? Like,
Apparently not.
I was like, I have to come see you, and I have to come see you extra early in the morning because my bus comes at 7. So I have to be there extra early so you can comb my hair out for me and curl it up, and then, I'll leave, and then I'll go to school, and then I'll come back, and then we'll
See, he
just
don't want
hang
you.
out.
He just wants you to do stuff for him, so he ain't got to do it.
Oh my gosh. No, for some reason, he really likes me giving him head massages and, like, washing his hair and doing his hair. That's, like, our time. I did it once for him because he wasn't feeling good, and kind of never was able to stop.
See, tell him he's a distraction. You need writing time.
Yes.
You love him, but you need
Well,
to.
if I tell him that, he's just going to grab his laptop, sit next to me, and probably try to write.
There you go.
We'll probably do that next weekend or something because he wants me to teach him. It's like, well, you kind of need a story idea first because knowing him, he'd go in and be like, so today all I did was play GTA. Like, I feel like if he just sat down at a computer with no plan, he would just pretty much write like a diary type deal thing.
Hey, isn't that what Wimpy Kid Diary is, or whatever it's called? I feel it's called.
Think so.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, yeah, but...
Well, I guess we kind of ran out of questions earlier than I planned. But apparently I had something about distractions going on because every freaking question we pretty much answered all in one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's not usually like this, but I don't know. I blame myself, but I don't know why.
A big part of scheduling is distractions, though.
This is true.
It's very true. And you have to also like schedule some time to like allow for being distracted.
Yeah.
I have this bad habit of scheduling things without leaving myself any time for like in case I get sick or something. And then if I get sick, I'm suddenly instantly behind.
Yeah, see, that's my thing being sick. Like, if it was just sick, normal sick, I probably would be okay. But, like, I couldn't do videos for almost 2 weeks straight because I couldn't hear to edit. And I didn't have a voice for, like, the first week and a half. So I couldn't talk to do a video. And so I'm like, okay, this is wonderful. And I finally could hear out of one ear. And then I'm like, okay, but now what? So I just edited what I had and did that whole I'm sorry video because that's when my cat ran away. And it's like, this one sucks. I'll get better. Can only go up, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah. But so then, like, I had all these videos to do, and yeah, none of them happened. And then now I'm in overtime, and so I'm having to plan around that. So trying to keep myself determined.
Schedule a lot. If I schedule, like, I bullet journal, so I make like monthly goals, and then that turns into weekly and then daily goals.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like I way over schedule. So I'm like, so if I wake up at this time, knowing darn well I'm just going to sleep at that time, well, I'll be able to get all of this done, and it's just not realistic at all. I'm like, there's only so much time in a day. Like, you can't write 3 chapters, edit 4 chapters, do 4 hours of schoolwork, and then do all the other stuff that just tends to hop up. It's just
sounds like you're doing what Diana said. You're not scheduling for yourself to have distractions. Like, you're scheduling your life to be like it's gonna happen, like almost too perfectly.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Too optimistically.
I just get so overwhelmed because I'm like, okay, so I need to do all of this today, but I only have this much time, and I procrastinate so much. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I procrastinate so much, but yet I'm like really want to achieve my goals and work really hard towards it, but at the same time I'm procrastinating. It doesn't make sense to explain, but somehow I manage to do it. And I try to multitask too much. So I'll like try to do schoolwork, while trying to like listen to an audiobook or something crazy, or try to do my niece's homework with her while I'm doing schoolwork, so then like mine doesn't get done on time. Not really on time, but
Well, I think probably me and Diana both could tell you multitasking is not the best because it's a lot easier to focus on one thing, get it done and out of the way, and then yeah, you could probably get a little bit of everything done, but it's easier just to get it done and out of the way.
yeah, it is because realistically, if I don't get procrastinated at all, which does not happen as often as it should, I can get schoolwork done in 2.5 hours. So it's taking me 4 or 5 hours some days is just ridiculous. When I know that I can get it done in 2.5 hours.
Well, cause see, like Diana, do you go like by deadlines? Do you have a certain date you turn your stuff in, or?
Pretty much I have.
No, I said Diana.
That depends on the project. I have one job that is like a certain amount of time every week, and that's really consistent. And then everything else, it's usually by project deadline. And that'll just come up as A, I hear from people, and B, I allow it to happen.
So you kind of have to judge what you need to do based on how much time you have.
Yeah, but I usually pick my deadlines. If people want to pick my deadline for me, I usually charge extra, just in case. The reason that I'm in the situation I'm in now is actually because I was supposed to be doing this project with someone, but he got sort of a very last minute full-time job offer, and so he's like, instead of doing like 60% of this project, you're now doing like 85% of this project, and I get almost all the money now, but that's a lot more work than I accounted for doing this month.
Oh yeah, definitely a curveball for you.
Yeah.
Well, see, you should have said that was a distraction. That's a getting something bigger than you planned is definitely takes you off in a different direction.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen to me often enough for me to say like that. Like that is my biggest thing in this moment, but it's not usually an issue for me.
Gotcha.
Well, that's kind of relevant with everybody. Like, Amber's not doing renovations all the time. I'm definitely not packing all the time.
You don't know about that. Renovations can go for a long time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like,
full scale,
literally all the time. It just now happened.
Usually it's just a project like this or the door right here that still needs to get fixed. It's not the entire house.
It's going to last a long time.
I don't know what I'd do without some kind of construction going on in my house 24/7. But I used to flip houses for a living with my parents, so this is normal for me.
Fair enough.
As crazy as that sounds. There's a reason I say I live in controlled chaos, so. But I guess since we got done with everything, does anybody have anything they want to promote right now?
I have my Kickstarter campaign that is still going. I am $100 away from funding, so people should give me money.
Give me the link to that, and I will put it down below.
I can do that.
Do that. So that will be down below for you guys if you want to add to her fund. What's the novel going to be called?
Moonshadow's Guardian. And is my second book, my first self-published book.
All right. So I will get all relevant links for her and have that for you guys down below. Jazz, you got anything?
No, not at all. Besides our next live stream on the 26th.
Which we don't know exactly what we're going to be talking about yet. But I had put it down that we were going to be talking about
yet. But hopefully we'll schedule out a couple of them so y'all know ahead of time.
Yeah, we did this time for once. All right, guys, and I have my link for Unknown Revenge down below, available on Amazon. And if you know anybody looking for a paranormal romance book, I'm shopping Unknown Love and trying to get unsick so I can think straight enough to finish Unknown Family before.
I'm sick.
That's my goal since I've been sick all of February and March so far is to
That's
finish
brutal.
it in April. Like, if I can just get sick the next 2 weeks so I can plan what I'm going to do in April, I want to finish it then. I only need like 30,000 more words. 30,000 more words, yeah. So, and then I will be able to send it off to betas. So, hey, if you're interested in betaing, let me know. Yeah.
I'll beta.
But until next time, I know our next chat is on the 26th of this month. We were going to talk about traditionally publishing, but if we change that, I will have it down here also. And make sure you check out all the links down below and all the girls' pages, so subscribe to them. And if you're not subscribed to me, what's going on with you? Subscribe. So, until next time, guys, happy writing and happy reading.
Happy writing. Have a good night.
Night, guys.